So last evening, some traffic lady pulled me over and she asked me if I'm not scared to sleep in these areas. And I said, no, why? I mean, what should I be scared of? Animals? I'm not scared of animals. And people seem to be pretty chill in these areas. And then she said, no, you should be worried about supernatural beings. And I said, well, maybe. I don't know. So I just spent the night in here, and ladies and gentlemen, for better or for worse, I can assure you that I haven't seen any supernatural beings. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, but it was a beautiful night. Now, for those who wonder why am I carrying my bicycle like that, well, that's the reason. All these bushes, they just covered with thorns and spikes. Not just that, these little branches are lying all over the ground, and they could easily puncture my tire. And even though that would be a minor problem, better stay without it. I just arrived to the little town of Saínaa, and I'm really hungry, so I decided to buy one Bolivian classic called silpancho, which is basically a bunch of rice with with some meat on top of it, with some eggs on top of that, with some veggies on top of that. So yeah, it's pretty basic, but it's really nutritious. So I left the green hills of Saínaa behind, and just in a few days I realized I was entering this new world. Every day I was constantly pedaling or well, pushing my bicycle uphill. And with every 50 miles or so the landscape was changing. I was entering Bolivian Altiplano. This new world, the Andes, was dry, windy and rough. After many ups and downs, I can declare that I'm finally tired. And I find myself in a little village called Peña Colorado. Just another village lost in the mountains of Bolivia with little village life, little village dramas. And I managed to find a single place to to stay in Old Village, so I guess I'm lucky. Well, well, well. Home sweet home. And just for 35 Bolivianos. Damn. And also heard rumors about shower, which I will take. Unbelievable. Always keep your friends close, but your machete closer. I'm done for today. Let's call today. Whew. So I was pushing my bicycle for last hour and a half or so, and I still have to cross this freaking mountain. So maybe, I guess, 2 hours more, and it's getting real hot. And I don't know what's happening. Maybe the altitude is kicking in, but yeah, it's getting harder. It's rough, a bit rougher. So very unexpected twist of fate. Yesterday, as I was cycling uphill, some big pickup truck pulled over, and driver asked me if I wanna get a lift, and I said, yeah, sure. I still had like 20 kilometers to go to my destination, and I was dirty and tired and all that, and yeah. Then he suggested to come over to his property because, yeah, he enjoys having guests, and I said, why not? And then he brought me to his property, and then we got drunk, and then I realized where I found myself. Dude has a pool. He has a church he built for himself or something like that. Yeah, it's one of those rags to riches story for a while, just for a day. As I was packing my stuff, the owner showed up again and told me something like, "Yo gringo, wanna stay one more day? I'm making asada today." And me, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm not the type of guy who could turn down a good steak. So soon afterwards a bunch of people showed up and a lot of booze appeared on the table. And I won't go too deep into details, but there was a lot of meat consumed and maybe even a little quilombo happened afterwards. And I guess that was my first Bolivian asado.
¿Parezco o no me parezco a Bruce Willis?
Un poquito. And for fellow gringos who might be watching this and don't know what asado is, well, it's some kind of a Latin American barbecue, or even better said, social gathering while having a barbecue. So, if you, my friend, one day will end up traveling in this part of the world, it's just a question of time while eventually somebody will invite you to have an asado, to cook and eat some meat together. Qué bien que existe la carne, ¿no?
Claro, sin carne no hay gusto.
No hay gusto, no.
Claro.
Finally, I'm hitting the road again. I have still 140 kilometers to go to Sucre, which is not much in theory, but in practice, well, we will see. It's hard to tell. I was told that there is one massive uphill, like right before Sucre, but hopefully somehow, and the heat is on. It's really hot. I have like 5 liters of water, but I think I'll drink it in the next 5 hours or so. It's a bit tough. The altitude, the heat, but I can't complain. It's beautiful. Sun is shining. Birds are singing. Girls still pretty. Life is still good, huh? So surprise, surprise, I can hear some delicate sound of thunder, and it feels like first drops of rain are falling, which is a big deal in here because I just spoke with a lady who lives down there in the village, and she told me that there wasn't any rain in this place for almost a year, so everything is that dry. So if it will rain, I don't think it will rain today, but if it will rain, it will be a big deal. So yeah. So I picked a really romantic place to sleep under the beautiful quebracho tree, quebracho Colorado to be precise. And yeah, it might be, I mean, still not sure, but it's really cloudy and I might expect some rain. And if this happens, I mean, it's cool, it's rain and all that. It's a beautiful natural phenomenon here. It doesn't happen too often. I'm looking forward to experience it, but the problem is that the road from my camp, which goes to the main road, is right across this little river. And now it's dry, like completely dry. But judging from my experience in South America so far, and I lived in Salta, Argentina, which has pretty much not the same but similar climate, I suppose. I mean, when it rains, it floods, everything. So if it will rain really hard, it's very likely that this little river will be a bit of an obstacle to cross. But we will see, most likely not. Anyway, I'm cool as a cucumber, feeling alright. It was a beautiful day. Looking forward for a beautiful tomorrow. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit tough. It's tough to cycle here, but eventually I found myself in the altitude of almost 3 kilometers, maybe a bit less, and right there is the city of Sucre.